Who weighs in on your decisions? When my sweetheart passed away, I began going to two people I trust completely to help me make decisions because I thought my decision-making process was probably not good while grieving. But here's what I learned. If I was leaning in a specific direction and then decided differently because those two people's thoughts were in opposition, I felt restricted, like a child. I was believing that my thinking was temporarily damaged by losing my honey, but it eventually didn't prove to be a beneficial way of thinking for me. In one instance, my strong individuality won out on the subject, and I went against their advice. They turned out to be right, and I had to suffer the consequences. But there is another bigger problem. If I had done exactly what they advised, I would have always wondered if I could have made it turn out right. And that wonder would have stayed with me until an opportunity arose for me to try again. I had to actually deal with the situation myself. I had to find the solution I could stick to and believe in. Maybe my two people had already been through that process and found their answer, but I hadn't. Their decision had no foundation inside me. Gradually, I stopped asking for advice and made more decisions myself. Then I told them what I was going to do, and sometimes their support was only because they loved me. They didn't actually agree with it, but they understood my thinking and hoped for the best. This helped me, not giving away my autonomy, but sometimes modifying parts of their ideas to suit me and my personality. It didn't have to be 100% theirs. It could end up being only a piece of theirs. Eventually, I stopped asking for advice anyway, as I grew more confident in my ability to make decisions. The idea that losing someone would make my decision-making process unreliable came from common thoughts on handling grief, which often say, don't make any big decisions in the first year. Okay, I didn't do that. I made no big decisions. But I tried a bunch of little things, like dyeing my hair bright red and piercing my ears 6 more times. Both of those were reversible, so I felt okay about it. And with time, both were reversed. The color was horrible, and the piercings damaged my ear somehow, which still causes me twinges of pain now and then. Not my best choices. But again, it was something I wanted to do and needed to try. I had also considered a tattoo. It was a really pretty one, but that's a much more permanent decision, so I didn't push on it. And I'm glad I didn't, because pretty or not, a tattoo just doesn't quite fit me somehow. So I think we've established how independent I am, and lots of folks aren't. And some I've met seem unable to make any decision without others weighing in. I don't actually understand that very well, but it feels like an identity thing. And I've spent a huge amount of time in the years since Honey's passing, diving into my own identity. The majority of me had spent 30 years living as us. And I had to find out who I was without the other. I don't resent that reality at all. because I enjoyed being married to him, and marriage is a partnership. Thankfully, my honey appreciated my individuality and often encouraged it, sometimes even when I didn't want him to. I wanted him to make the decision, but he insisted that I do it. I'm glad he did. At least I had that much of the inner work done when the time came. If you are a person who gets weigh-ins on everything I say, God bless you. I have no clue how to do that. So you are doing something extremely unique from me. And I hope you are as comfortable and happy with it as I have been with mine. The main thing is to make those decisions, the best ones you can, and then accept your decisions, even if you have to fix it or undo it. It's going forward, and that might look like a very small step to some folks, but it's pretty major if you have never done it alone. It can be a hurdle, but we can cross it. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you next week.